Hello vlog. My battery's at 8%, so let's see how fast I can do this. Today is Thursday. It's Thursday evening, 7:30. Not usually at work this late, but I needed to catch up some hours, and I have something that needed to be finished tomorrow, and I was nowhere close to being finished it at the end of the day, so I just stayed. My daughters are with their dad on Thursdays, and so I have stuff I have to do at home, but this was a good way to make up my hours anyways. So I have been kind of in a reading slump, kind of. I just haven't felt like reading a lot. So I'm supposed to start this blog on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I don't think I read anything. My girls had swimming lessons. I went to the library, took Death Note back, and picked up a couple other ones that were on hold. I grabbed food. Yeah, I don't think I read anything. Maybe I read a manga. No, I don't think. Maybe. Did I read Your Name? Okay, I don't know if I talked about Your Name. But I'll check, and if I didn't, I'll talk about it in my next update. Okay, and then yesterday, I had a friend over, and when he left, I still didn't really feel like reading, but I picked up a book anyways. I flew through the land of yesterday. It's a middle grade book, so I'm reading it for Read-a-thon. I'm not, I didn't finish it, but I started it, and in an hour, I got to, 85 pages, and that's, even for a middle grade, that's a lot of pages to flip through in an hour. It is a extremely emotional read. I cried 3 times already in that first 85 pages. So just be warned. There's a lot of death and guilt and grief and exploring all of those things. So yes, it's going very good. So then I switched to my Kindle, where I read in its entirety Merry Inkmas. It was so good. Oh my god. Merry Inkmas. Oh my gosh, who even wrote it? I think it's my friend Shelby from What's My Page. She read it last year at Christmas time, and she freaking loved it. So it's been on my list, and now that I got a Kindle, I grabbed it for my Kindle. I think I did have to pay for it, but it wasn't that expensive. The main female character is Black, and she is at one point she has to tell someone her pants size, and so she's an 18, so she's a plus size character. And so that was really exciting to read a character that I could relate to in that way. But the male character was a white, he was redhead. Oh yeah, they're British. Oh yes, the author is Talia Hibbert. Oh my god, she's super famous, and when I'm reading her name, I can't. Talia Hibbert, I think. Yeah, so it was very short, but it was good. So the guy's a tattoo artist, and the girl, she was a barista. And man, how it starts at the beginning was so crazy. So she's basically works at a coffee shop. He's come into the coffee shop to buy a coffee, and you can already right away tell that they like each other. It's really good in that. And then a kind of homeless guy comes in, and he's oh, my phone is so dying. 4%. I gotta talk faster. He is obviously he's freezing. He gave his coat away to somebody who needed it more than him. It's obviously winter time, and the manager tries to like kick him out, and she was like, you know what, I quit. And so he was a homeless guy, and they put him up into a hotel, and like they really helped him, and that was really awesome, and I really enjoyed that. So like kind of like Cash and Bailey like bonded over that, and then he offered her a job as like a receptionist in his tattoo parlor. And of course he's like a famous rich tattooist. I feel like every romance book I read, all the male characters are rich. So, but anyways, when she gets the tattoo shop, he is like completely different. Like the day before and every day that they interacted before that, like him as a customer, her as the barista, he was really sweet and, you know, kind of funny and like seemed like a really nice guy. But then she gets into that tattoo shop and he's kind of a jerk. And she doesn't take shit. So, oh, fuck my life. Hello. So at that moment that you just saw, that's actually really funny that it recorded me saying like, fuck my life, because what happened was the screen went black and the phone like shut off. But so the screen went black, but it was still recording me. So I assumed that it would have cut off. Like, obviously it shouldn't have gotten my reaction to the phone shutting off. But that's so funny that it recorded for like an extra 2 seconds or whatever, like while the phone was shutting off. Yeah, so basically that is like Merry Inkmas. Like, both of the characters have baggage that they have to get past in order to like kind of be together. And yeah, usually romance books like have that, but I thought it was like so good, and I really loved like the representation of like a black character. Lots of the romances that I have read so far are just all white. Generic, like every character in the book is white. So yeah, I would obviously like to keep reading some more Talia Hibbert and other authors that, you know, write diverse romances. But yeah, it was very, very good. And okay, so now, hello, it is Saturday night. But I do have some content for you. So like you would think that like the vlog is because I've only filmed, the week starts on Tuesday for the vlogs. I filmed that clip on Thursday, and then here we are Saturday night, and I'm only filming now. But I do have some content for you. Okay, so today is the 30th of November, which means this is the last day for Read-a-thon and Believe-a-thon. So they're pretty much done. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to let you know like what I'm currently reading. I have only been reading, I only read once since that last update that I updated you, and that was last night. So like we're not like that far behind. So this was a Believe-a-thon read, The Land of Yesterday. I did not read more. I told you I was on page 85. I am still on page 85. I have not picked this up since. Okay, but what I did pick up was this gigantic graphic novel called The 100 Nights of Hero. Okay, I didn't have a bookmark last night, but I am about halfway through. Let me find my spot and put the bookmark in. I don't know if I read this already. I am really liking this. So this is, there we go. That's where I am. Part the 4th. Okay, so this is kind of historical fiction. So I'm there. This is the front of the book. So I'm just under halfway. Okay, so this is historical fiction. At the beginning, let me just think. I'm not sure. At the very beginning, we're basically talking about like creation of the world. But then we've gotten into more of a story of like human characters. But this is taking place like a long time ago, like when women didn't have rights or anything. And so it had two male characters like sitting down talking, and the one is kind of like an arrogant like piece of crap, and he really treats women horribly and whatever. And the other one is way not as bad as he is when it comes to like the treatment of women. But whether that's because he genuinely thinks that women deserve more respect, or is just because that he's not as smart as the other guy, is you're not really sure. So basically, I can't remember what happened to the first guy. His wife, something happened to her, and anyways, he's by himself again. But the other guy has a wife, and he was telling the bad guy about his wife and how like she's very virtuous, and they haven't even consummated their marriage, so he would never be worried about like her not being faithful. And the other guy was basically saying that like anytime you would give a woman, oh yeah, I remember what happened to his wife now. I don't want to give everything away because it was really interesting. So, but okay, so he doesn't think he's the type of guy that would like, yeah. Oh my gosh, how do I say it? Okay, so he thinks like really terribly of women, like in every single respect, and that they like basically can't be trusted, and that they're just stupid, and oh my god, just everything. Like he's just really horrible, to say the least. So he basically told this guy like, no, like you think that your woman is like so virtuous, like go away for a month, and like I bet I can get her to cheat on you with me. The other guy is so confident. He's like, a month, I'll give you 100 nights. 100 nights, I'll go away, and I'll just tell her to be faithful, and she will. I have no doubt. Okay. So then you're reading, and you have like the woman's point of view, and she's queer. She's she's queer. So that's why the marriage isn't consummated. But I'm not sure like what reason that she gives him. Anyways, the first night, the bad guy comes over like the very first night and propositions himself to her, and she's like and she basically told him like come back tomorrow. And then she's talking to like her lover and her best friend, her, and also her like handmaiden. Like they're all there. The woman is all of those things. Like that's how they have gotten away with like being together. That's just been her. She's like her maid, and so that's why they always get to like be together, and that's really sweet. So they basically come up with a plan. They know that like this guy is not going to he's not just gonna go away if they tell him no, and she figures like if she keeps denying him, like at some point he's just gonna force himself on her, and that's basically the guy. That's the kind of guy that he is. So that's absolutely what happened. So they started Hero, which is the name of the maid, is telling stories in the evening. When he comes over, she is telling like just telling stories, and that is how that they are avoiding her cheating on her husband with him, because the hero just tells stories like all through the night, and then I don't know, I guess they couldn't possibly have sex during the day, so he leaves and then comes back at night again, and she keeps telling stories. So like where I am at, I think it's like around a month has passed and she just keeps telling stories. And yeah, so I'm really I'm liking the stories that she's telling, and I'm liking, yeah, like how they're kind of tricking him, and yeah, so yeah, he's not as smart as he thinks he is. He's very stupid. So I like this. It's very good. Okay. So, and then I'm also currently reading Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse. I got to about the halfway mark on yesterday at work. So those are my 3 that I'm still currently reading. So then this is the content that I have. I got a message today from, I mean, I don't know if this happens to people all the time or like what, but it's like never happened to me until now. But an author sent me a DM on Twitter asking if I would like read their book and review it, basically. And then sent me a link to like the Amazon for it. And I was like, I went to the Amazon for it, and it sounds interesting. It sounds like we're following a bunch of characters, and it's a romance in London in the 90s. So the only thing that was like a little bit concerning to me was the blurb, like the synopsis, like on Amazon was kind of worded weirdly, and it was confusing, and so I was like, that doesn't really bode well. But I mean, so I asked her about, like, I said, I don't know, like, if you follow me in other places, but like I don't usually write written reviews. I usually only rate books on like Goodreads or Amazon or wherever, and I would only write something if I felt really strongly about it, like one way or another. And so, but then I said to her about that I have like a booktube channel, and so if I did read your book, it would be like I would haul it, I would talk about it in a vlog, I would wrap it up, and I could potentially do a dedicated book review video, like if that's what she wanted. I asked her if there was a deadline. So she's sent me the ebook via my email, and she said there's no deadline, and she's good with me just using my booktube channel. Like, I have less than 200 subscribers. I'm like, okay, I'll read your book. So I mean, hopefully I like it. It's called The One. Sorry, like I film on my phone and everything's on my phone, but I think it's called The One, or maybe just one and then a question mark. Yeah, I'll put the cover, because she sent me an image of the cover so that I could use it in my editing. Yeah, so like I'm excited about that. Like, I don't really have like a super large following or anything, so I don't think, even if I really, really liked her book and I started talking about it all the time, like I don't really know like how many people I'd be able to influence to read it, but I appreciate her reaching out to me, and hopefully I like it. Yeah, okay, so here is the plan for the rest of, basically there's only tonight, Sunday, tomorrow, which is tomorrow, and then Monday for this vlog. Okay, but this is like 30 minutes of footage, so it's probably still going to be an hour-long vlog. Tonight, I am going to try to finish The 100 Nights of Hero, and I'm also going to try to read completely through this graphic novel that I have called Fables. Okay? That's my plan, is to finish both of those tonight, so they count for November, and then I can return them to the library tomorrow, because they're both due back and I can't renew them. So tomorrow I have lots of plans. So obviously I need to go to the library, but I'm also taking my daughters with my mom and possibly my sister to Frozen 2 in the movie theater in 3D. Bought my tickets just before I started filming this, so we are all ready to go. And then the movie theater is at the mall, and Santa is going to be at the mall, and so I'm going to dress the girls up in fancy Christmas outfits and take them to see Santa at the mall after we go to Frozen, and take pictures and stuff and get Santa pictures. And so yeah, that should be good. That's my plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow is December 1st. So I'll probably just, if I'm going to read tomorrow, I probably just read The Land of Yesterday, because I can't start Dark Dawn until Monday night because of Rachel's, I'm reading it for Rachel's Read-a-thon, and that only starts on Monday night. Okay, I'm going to go. So I'm going to say goodnight. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Can we take a picture? Sit down. Sit down. I want to take a picture.
Can you sit by the tree, Luna?
Can you see right here? Luna, you want me to take...
Okay, look at me.
What's on my sock?
Just from the tree, sweetie. The white stuff is like pretend snow.
Okay, let me get out of your way. Let me get out of the way.
Okay. Luna, why don't you move closer to Oceana so I can get more of the tree?
I want you to be...
There we go. Can we smile? Can we smile? That's super cute.
Can you look at Grandma now?
Yeah, look at Grandma.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get decorating.
Yeah, I gotta get some more.
Okay, wanna do these? Yeah, I'm just taking a video. Put that one on, and you got one too, Ose?
Where do you want me to put this one? Way up high. Okay. I like these teal ones. Do you like them, Luna? Okay, I'll put it way up high over here. Over there. Look, Luna, where I'm putting it.
Look, she's showing you, sweetie. Go show. Go see where she's putting it.
Put it right here. Okay, let's go. I want a small donut.
You want a little one? Okay, let me...
I want a bottle.
You hold it, and I'll put the hook on. You hold it. Ready? Let me see. No, hold it still.
Where do you want
There.
to put this one, Luna? Up high or down
Just
low?
wait.
Down low?
Okay, there you go.
Ow!
Yeah, be careful. The hook's right there, you goof. Don't do that.
Let me put this. Way up high. Okay. I'll lay it up high over here.
Oops, something fell. Careful, girls. Okay, put it back on.
See?
Yeah?
The balloon.
A little one. Okay, can you put it back on?
Fell off.
Yeah, it fell off. Can you put it back on?
Mom, what's this button for?
To turn the lights on and off. If you
Can I
push...
turn it off?
But then, well, okay. Just to see how it works or what? Okay, now push it again and it'll go back on. Oh, careful, sweetie.
Ow.
Oh, you
What
just
was
kicked
that?
Grandma. She's doing...
Okay, well,
something.
stop that. Okay, stop playing with it. You can see how it works now, right?
No, I can't. Ow. kiss myself. Don't laugh while I laugh at you.
Does that have a string on it?
I love the tree. Can you put down a pie, please?
I gotta get. Oh, this is a sparkly one. Oh.
Oh, Sienna, be
You
careful.
guys, can you just wait until we're done before you start flipping around?
Can you please
So I don't
put
have
it
to be
like
looking?
beside that bird? Thank you, Grandma.
You're welcome.
I also have a few on hooks there, and then there's only 2 more.
Can you please put this in the pie? Could you please?
Mm.
I want to take a video.
Hmm. It's Kate. Don't sit on them. Hey, stand up. Make sure your fingers are not in the video, right? And I got the last one of these to put on a hook.
Lena. Lena.
Okay, should I put these ones on now?
Yes.
They're all on hooks.
You haven't been doing anything, okay?
I put them all on hooks. You're so rude, man.
Are you going to cry like a baby? Hi, Grandma. Look at Grandma. Grandma. Grandma.
Looking.
She's decorating the tree.
I'm not going to make a video of you anymore.
Of me?
Yeah, I'm only going to...
I'm the star of the show.
Oh, you're going...
Want me to put these ones up high?
Yes, please.
Get some decorations up at the top, hey?
Oh, I love that one with me. I'm going to close it.
Oh yeah, hey?
Oh my gosh.
Can you see it? Watch your finger. Yeah.
Let me say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi.
It's okay. Oh, so she doesn't want you to sleep.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, look at that peacock. That's funny. Okay, O's, back up. Leave her alone.
Is
You
it
wanna-
the
why don't you go
final?
close and show some of the fancy ornaments?
Okay.
Like show this one. Back up. Yeah, that one. And then there's this one, right? Back up. You're too close. No. Back up a little bit. Yep. Watch your finger. Look, that's your finger there. Yep. And what do we got here? One for Belle. Okay.
Wait, Belle?
That's Belle.
Who's Belle?
The puppy, remember?
Oh, who died?
Oops. Yes.
Belle who
Okay,
died?
are you done with the video?
No.
Yay. Hey, you want to show this one? And this one? Cool. Oh, who made this last year?
Me?
Hey? And look, show it out the window how much it's snowing. You still have locks there? Or where you... Okay. There's still a few of the big blue balls. But...
Can we see what your videos?
You want to watch it? Okay. Hi everyone. It's Tuesday night. And I forgot to close up this vlog yesterday. So we're going to do some wrapping up. Because it is now December 3rd. But let's just pretend it's the 2nd, like just for fun. Okay. So the only thing that I have finished reading is 100 Nights of Hero. That gigantic graphic novel that I was reading. And it was awesome. I give 5 stars. Highly recommend it. It was really good. Yeah. I talked about what it's about already. And yeah, so basically it's a lot of storytelling, like all through. excuse me, but there is, the main relationship is a queer one and strong feminist themes, and I live for that shit. So, so now Believe-a-thon is over and Indig-a-thon is over. So I just kind of want to wrap those up. I'm just going to kind of try to make myself, Indig-a-thon has a bingo board, which I'll put up on the screen what mine looks like after everything's said and done. I printed one off and was like marking it up as I went. So I for sure got one bingo. Yeah, I think just one though. I didn't end up doing... Okay, I never finished Trail of Lightning yet because I'm stupid. It's really good. Like, I don't know. I think I'm just kind of in a reading slump. I'm kind of in a life slump. To be honest, I haven't been feeling myself. I haven't been feeling really like motivated to do anything. I've been, I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, nothing's like wrong. Like, nothing's like happened, but I just don't feel good. And I'm not putting in effort like to do anything. So there's like a weird glare. Like, what is that coming from? Can you see that? Like that. I don't know if that's coming through on like the video or not, but I don't know what that's from. Are my glasses? What if no, it's still there. No, I don't know what that is. Something's reflecting off of something. Oh. It's my light. There. So even at work, I have kind of just been not listening to anything, not really, just like sometimes like watching YouTube videos, or having those play instead of listening to Trail of Lightning. But what I have listened to, I really love. I'm really loving it. It's going to be great. Other than like when there's action, it's very like violent and gory. I will say that. And sometimes I'm like, oh, that was gross. When someone's like people get like stabbed in the stomach and then they're holding their insides in, and you're like, oh. So, but anyways, on my chart, what I'm looking at, I've already marked in squares for Trail of Lightning, even though that I didn't actually finish it. Of my original TBR that I told you, I am rolling There and Trail of Lightning into next month's, and also The Inconvenient Indian. That wasn't originally on my TBR, but someone recommended it to me, and I put it on hold at the library. So I actually have access to it now, but since I'm being stupid and not reading for some reason, yeah, I might have to give it back before I get to reading it. Okay, yeah, so, and then ones that I couldn't, my library didn't have #NotYourPrincess, and they didn't have Son of a Trickster. So I didn't read those at all. But I read The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, which was a middle grade, and I marked that one for non-native author, and I buddy read that book, so I got a buddy read one for that one. I read The Grief Keeper by Alexandra Villasante, and that one got me South America, intersectional, LGBT, those 3 squares. I read the comic anthology called Dear Woman, and that one got me the graphic novel one. It could have got me Girl Power too, but I marked a different book for that. The Break by Katharina Vermette. I marked her as Well, that was a group book, so there was a square for that. And then I marked that one as girl power as well. Then Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Which ones? That one did a bunch. Romance, I marked that one. I crossed it out for science fiction fantasy because I was going to put Trail of Lightning there. But since I didn't actually finish Trail of Lightning, I can count it for that. Okay, and then Walk Two Moons. That was also a middle grade, so that could have done that square as well. Yeah, Trail of Lightning would have got me like paranormal, on res, other than 5 civilized tribes. There are other books that will get me that square, the other than 5 civilized tribes. Oh, Walk Two Moons I counted for a host rec because Brody said that that was their favorite middle grade that they've ever read. So there's that one. And then there's also a square for children's picture book. And I read to my girls last night, so it was still, or not last night? Yeah, so it was like past November, but I read them. I requested from my library. It's called Fry Bread. And it's like, it was really cute. It was like this little kid, Dakota, little native kid, and he had like bannock, obviously. They call it fry bread some places. Up here in Canada, we call it bannock. And he had that. So the white kids were like, yo, what's up with your bread? And he was telling them, and he told them like how his grandma made the bread and everything. And then at the back of the book, which like gonna photocopy those. There's 4 different recipes for like 4 different kinds of like bannock or fry bread or like whatever you want to call it. So that was really cute. So I am counting myself that I get that square too. Okay, so like, yeah, it was, Read-a-thon was really good and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I wish more people would have participated though. Like, it was a really good read-a-thon. They did a lot of work for it. But sometimes like when you get a lot of people participating, it's and more people will like interact with your tweets and stuff and it'll be fun. But like, I know that I tweeted out asking for like, there's like a TV time square and a movie night square where you're meant to like watch a TV show featuring a native character or a movie featuring a native character. Well, I know about lots of like movies and stuff with native actors as like side characters or like really small parts. But I even like went online and I looked up a bunch of native actors and I wrote down a bunch of like films that I thought I'd be interested in watching, and then like Netflix didn't have any of them. So I tweeted out asking and like no one responded. So yeah, but I think like technically I have watched the movie because he's not the actor's native, but the character is not native. If that makes sense. If anyone's seen The Descendants, it's like a Disney, like it's Disney movies, and Boo Boo Stewart, who's a native actor, plays excuse me, the son of Jafar. So obviously he's meant to be like, Jafar would be like from the Middle East somewhere, like Arabic or something. I don't know, Agrabahyan. But certainly not like Native American. And yeah, so that's like his character is meant to be that. But I've watched, like, my kids make me watch that like 80 million times. So I guess technically I completed that one, then I would have got 2 bingos. And yeah, for TV time, the only one that I'm really aware of on Netflix is Chambers. And I did not get around to it. So, yep. Yeah, so that's Read-a-thon wrap up. And then for Believe-a-thon, what middle grade ones did I end up reading? A book. Okay, I read the group book. That was Frostheart. I read a book featuring real world issues, because that would be The Breadwinner, about like war and the Taliban and all that. I read a book set in the past. Well, kind of. Walk Two Moons was like half her telling a story of something that happened, and then half like what was happening in the present. So kind of. I read a seasonal book. Excuse me, because I read that Christmas one, A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. I didn't really read a book featuring an animal. I read like Steph Soto Taco Queen. So I'm just not, where does that fit in? Oh, a book featuring myths and legends is like the Rick Riordan, The Lost Hero one, right? Okay, so then that means I did 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, that Steph Soto one could be like strong sense of friendship, that one. I didn't read a creepier atmospheric book, but I did have Tunnel of Bones by V.E. Schwab on my list, and I just never got to it. Like, I just, it's on my shelf still. And then I still don't think I have any books featuring an animal. Not even on my list, so I'm thinking of the ones I still have to read. And my personal childhood fave, I don't even know. Like, I was so like above my reading level that probably when I was middle grade, most of the stuff I was reading was about kids that were in high school or older even. No, I want to say, like, I was definitely reading YA when I was middle grade. For sure. Like, The Babysitter's Club and Sweet Valley High. I was reading, like, all that stuff when I was, like 12. So I did not reread any of those. But yeah, so I think I did pretty good. So I only missed, I didn't read any classics unless you want to count The Breadwinner, I guess, as a classic. But I'm not sure. I don't know if you're meant to combine prompts. If you are, then I can count that one. But then, so I only missed 1, 2, 3, I guess, or 4, the creepy one. Yeah, so I did 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Yay. Okay, so that wraps up this week. I really and the month, I guess. I'm definitely, my reading is petering off, and I lost the will to read. I don't know. I have so many books. I just did my TBR for you, and I forgot on that TBR that my Patreon group, like buddy read for Rachel Marie's Patreon, is oh my gosh. Holly Black. No, that's an author. Oh man, what's it called? The Afterlife of Holly Chase. It's supposed to be like a Christmas, like, it's like a retelling of the, what's it called? Where there's the ghost of the Christmas past and the present and the future, whatever. Yeah, so this girl is like Scrooge. She's like a bad person. And the ghosts come to her, supposedly, and she doesn't listen to them. So then when she dies, they make her be a ghost. Dumbass. If ghosts come and tell you shit, you gotta listen to them. That's like the first rule of life as an adult, okay? Some spirit comes talking to you, like, don't just ignore it. Like, even if you just, like, go to the doctor to get checked. Like, Man. Okay. 17-minute long wrap up. Hopefully there's a lot of pauses I can cut out to shorten that for you. Okay, so now I'm going to go. And I'm going to film the intro to next week's vlog because I should have done this yesterday. Oops. Sorry, hopefully I can get the vlog edited and exported and upload for you tomorrow. That'd be good. All right, so I've definitely had better weeks. I think I only finished 2 books, but maybe this week will be better. Good night.